guess we'll let the last people sit down. I guess there are more spaces in front. Achter. No? Okay, I guess we we are on a tight schedule, but actually we have been a little in front of schedule, so we're happy about that. We've been so lucky to have actually long-traveled speakers here. Mitch from a developer advocate from MIA Platform and a CNCF ambassador. Give him a good applause.
Hi, thank you. Okay, two stuff. First one, I know that I'm the only one that separates you from the lunch, and I will try to be soft with this presentation. And the second stuff, I'm very happy to be here. It's my first time in Norway. I will return for sure in the future for vacation maybe, and I like it a lot yesterday and also today. Okay, today we talk about developer experience, and I will try to provide a couple of suggestions and a couple of discussion. Let me say, I don't have any answer, just questions for you. Okay, I'm Michel Murabito, everyone call me Mitch. Please call me Mitch, because also my mother called me Mitch, because Michel is a French name, and I am Italian, it's very hard, the pronunciation and so on. And you know, Italian friends are not very friendly. No, I'm joking, of course. I'm a developer advocate in MIA Platform. You know MIA Platform? Who know MIA Platform? Okay. At the end, we have a product, an enterprise product to do platform engineering and stuff. And I'm a developer advocate, a Dev Network board ambassador, and I run a lot of community. I'm one of the organizers of the KCD Italy from the next year, also as we will run Cloud Native Days, also in Italy, and I'm very proud about the community. Okay, my story, I started to work 20 years ago, here in 2004. And when I started to work as a, let me say, web developer, the name used for web developer in Italy was webmaster, okay? There is no front end, there is no back end, there is no cloud, there is no pipelines. It's a very wonderful word from my point of view. During the time, the complexity start to grow. Okay, here is the cloud native stuff. You can look the complexity grow a lot. And this is our ability to manage the complexity. Okay, it's very hard at this moment to start to work in our field. If you think about people that come from the university, they have, for sure in Italy, I'm up also everywhere, they have no idea about how work in a company, because there is a lot of knowledge to know today for start. For example, there is the front end, the back end, the cloud, the DevOps, the platform engineering now, and if you do ops, you can specialize yourself in security, in infrastructure, in a lot of fields. There is a lot of stuff. And for this reason, I love this slide. One of the more complex stuff was that Kubernetes is complex. Not really. Kubernetes is very easy, but there is a lot of tool in the cloud native landscape, and also in other landscape, and other companies do stuff. And this kind of tool can complicate a lot the work of the people. Why in these 20 years the complexity grow a lot? There is a lot of reason, because we want to have application with more scalability, we want distribute in another way, the data grow, we have a lot of integration, interoperability, the user experience, and a lot of stuff like the AI and machine learning in the last 2 years. And inside this, I put also, maybe, oops, I don't know, it's freeze. Okay, I put also the automation. If you think about the automation, you can think about that it's stuff to reduce the complexity, right? It's true, of course, but we introduced the automation and the CI and CD because the world was most complete, complex, let me say. Okay, just for be aligned, we can try to have an interaction now, today, in a standard method. Okay, as a developer, I want a new environment. Okay, I don't have idea about create a new namespace or so on. And I asked to a colleague. The colleague is a ops person. The ops person start to create the configuration. After that, to put the right configuration for the environment, like variables, secrets, the network setups, and after that there is the security setups and many others. Okay. If you think about that, the developer in the meantime wait a lot of time because the ops guys need to do stuff. Maybe you are not a priority request and you need to wait a couple of days, and all this stuff is not really good for the developer experience. But there is a more another biggest problem. Anyone know what is the problem in this kind of interaction now, today? Okay, waiting for sure. But there is another one. Any product manager, PM in the room? Okay, great. In a lot of time, this interaction is run by Jira, Trello, Asana, and other tools. Okay, and it's not good because the people don't have, not the developer in this case are not are not free to create the environment and do the test, and after that maybe fix stuff and so on. It's a very slow process. Okay, we can talk about how optimize this kind of process. Of course, we saw that the cloud native stuff are a lot of technologies, and we can use, of course, platform engineering. At the end, we are in the track of platform engineering to optimize all the stuff. The very important revolution from my point of view about the platform engineering is about the technology that you can use without know them. I know is not a good stuff, don't know the technology that you use, but it's very easier at this moment, for example, for a developer create an environment because he can click a button or a CLI or I don't know, and the platform engineering tools start to create the environment for the developers. There is no time to wait, there is no Jira in the middle. Of course, we can manage the permission because maybe not all the people inside the company can create environments or production environment and so on. Okay, at the end, the goal of the platform engineering at this moment is try to reduce the complexity because in this way we are able to manage the complexity. Okay, who know platform engineering stuff? Please raise your hand. Who don't know platform engineering? Raise your hand. Okay, couple of you. Okay, at the end, it's a lot of discussion. We can talk about platform engineering for the next 2 days, maybe. But I want to resume that with these 6 sentences. The first one is a goal of platform engineering methodology is centralized stuff. All the repository, the observability, the project, and the stuff in the same place. Create more automation. Okay, the DevOps do automation, but the idea about the platform engineering is create automation with self-service approach. The idea is a developer need a new environment, can click a button without know anything about the cluster, about the infrastructure and so on, and they can have a new environment. All this stuff to become more efficient, they need to be a simple approach because if we introduce other stuff, we don't reduce the complexity. And of course, during these phases, we can add quality to our product. About the quality, I want to spend just 2 words. When we talk about the quality, we talk about the final product quality. The idea is if the developer can click a button and they have environment already ready for create a new product or test stuff, we can put inside the pipeline for the build, for the deploy, a lot of control, a lot of test, a lot of stuff that can provide us the quality that we want to have. Okay, just to talk about collaboration. When we talk about platform engineering, we have 3 different type of people in the room. Developers, for sure, DevOps or Ops, and the platform engineering team. Okay, for the developer, this approach is very wonderful because they don't need to ask to Jira a new environment, and he can, let me say, create all the resources that he need without any kind of interaction. Let me say, when we talk about no interaction, of course, the developer need to have the permission, they need to adopt the practice to save money and so on. But the idea is there is no content switch. I need an environment to run a test. I can click a button, have the environment, run my test, and after that I can delete it without asking to anything in the team, to anyone. For the DevOps, of course, someone say that the DevOps is dead and so on. No, it's not true, because the DevOps is the most important figure at this moment inside the platform engineering, because they, of course, create all the automation to create this environment and so on. The other stuff, it's just an interface like CLI or a website where you can click the button, but when you click the button, you need to run a pipeline, you need to create infrastructure and so on. And of course, it's a good approach also for the DevOps, because I know the developer have the problem that if he asks for an environment, need to wait, but why the developer need to wait? Because the DevOps in the meantime maybe need to do other stuff. In this way, he can concentrate the attention to create pipeline, manage the environment, and so on. And the last one was the platform engineering team. At the end, the platform engineering team was in the middle. The idea is, as a platform engineer, I can ask to the developer, and I can get a request about functionality and the issue that the developer has. And I can ask also for the DevOps, and after that I can put all together and create new kind of component, functionality, feature, and so on. Okay, another important stuff from my point of view is that the platform engineering is not only about infrastructure. It's about a lot of other stuff like component, like data, like of course pipeline, Git, testing, and so on, and of course about reuse stuff like part of the application, part of the infrastructure, pipelines, and so on. Okay, we can just explain a couple of situation, let me say. First one, we have a content API team. He need to create an environment, and of course, he can create the environment. Or, for example, can create a new environment for trying an integration or to build a new data system. There is the platform team that at the end rationalize all the requests, and they can create new functionality for the first colleagues, and they can create also a marketplace of either items are ready to use for the other teams. Of course, they can search inside the product or the organization new stuff to create new new part and new plugin in the marketplace. And of course, he can search also something to satisfy the request from the developer and the ops. At the end, when the payment team use this kind of approach, they can use from and get from the marketplace infrastructure, plugin to do stuff and put all together to realize a new feature. Let me say I need to have a new payment system. I can find maybe in my marketplace a payment API. I can get it and I can start to use that. After that, I want to have a dashboard to monitoring my payments and the invoice and so on. I can get a plugin to make a dashboard. Of course, for sure, I need to change stuff inside this plugin. But after that, I can create a new module and I can provide this module to the platform teams, and the platform teams can standardize this module and create a new plugin for manage the payment with a dashboard and so on. This is it's a classical interaction about the three different people. But when we talk about stuff, I like this quote. If we have data, let's look at data. If we are opinion, let's go with mine. Okay? For this reason, also in the developer experience, it's very important to have metrics. From this point of view, I have no suggestion because each company, each team can be different. I will explain to you a couple of tools very fast to choose if you want metrics to improve your developer experience. You can divide the developer experience in three, or the metrics for the developer experience in three different buckets. The first one is about the user. When I talk about user, I talk about the developer, the ops, and the technical figure inside the team. The second bucket is about the organization, and the last one is about the platform. When we talk about the user, for sure we can have metrics like the environment provisioning time or the active user, the retention, and so on. About the organization, for example, can be important the time to market, the resource utilization, the cost saving, and so on. And about the platform, of course, we have more technical stuff like the platform uptime, the continuous feature development, the code commit frequency, the code review time, and so on. Okay, there is two different metrics that you can use. The first one are the DORA metrics. The DORA metrics, it's created from Microsoft and other company. I don't remember better that the company, but in the 2014. And there is have a lot of different stuff like the deployment frequency, the load time for changes, the failure rate, and so on. And are very good if you want to measure stuff about the interaction and about the platform. The second stuff that I want to suggest are called space metrics. It's very hard to find because space is a too common word, but if you search space metrics IT, you can find it. Was introduced in 2021, the same year of the platform engineering. And there is a lot of stuff also based on the satisfaction of our teams and our colleagues. At the end, it's a mixed KPI related to satisfaction of the developer, the performance, the activities, communication, and the flow and the efficiency. I suggest you to read the paper because they are very interesting, also the DORA one, but it's a practically new one, and I think it's very good if you want to improve the developer experience in your team. Okay, no answer, but just a couple of practical tips, very easier to adopt, and let me say, I think it's just good sense, but in some company I know that it's not too easier reach this kind of tip. Okay, the first one is invest in an effortless self-service experience for developers. because we saw before, for the developers can be very hard have content switch or wait couple of days for have a new environment. Another suggestion, I'm a technical person, okay, I love write code and so on, but the second suggestion after years of experience, I think it's the most important one, because it's try to align the technology with the business. Because of course you work for sure in companies, the company need to earn, and if the goal of the developer team, the ops team are not aligned to the business stuff, maybe you don't have work because there is no money and so on. Okay, if you want to introduce any stuff, is platform engineering, but maybe AI in the next years and so on, remember that the people are very, very at the center of your changes. Anyone watched before this session the talk from Andreas in the other room? He put a GitHub, no, not GitHub, but Quora, or I don't know, remember the platform, maybe Reddit stuff where there is written, I spend months for build the platform, but our developer hit them. And the reason it's because maybe they build a good platform, but without asking any kind of feedback or suggestion about the more priority issues that the company have. For this reason, it's very important try to understand the habits about the developer and the ops, and try to find the issue from that, and after that try to improve using methodologies like platform engineering or others. It's very important, the collaboration. If you are the owner to create the new stuff like the platform engineering, you need to collaborate with the other teams to create the best stuff. And last but not least, creating solutions that the people generally enjoy using, because it's very important for us as a developer, create solution that the people use. I worked I think 15 years ago in a company that provide an application, but no one used this application, are very frustrating for me, because I do a lot of work for do crazy stuff, but no one like it, and it's very important. Okay, there is a couple of other tools. If you are interested about the platform stuff, there is a paper called Platform Maturity Model. It's created by the CNCF working group platform under the app tag delivery, the tag app delivery. There is the link here, but if you search Platform Maturity Model, you can find it. And it's another good, it's good to read, because there is a lot of stuff that you can use, and that you can use for you for understand stuff, but also to use this information to your manager to convince them to adopt a platform and so on. Okay, but I have other 2 minutes. Okay, I want to do more, and my more it's when we talk about platform engineering, we can talk about data and other stuff, and I want to talk also about how you can expand your platform engineering or stuff using the RAG. RAG is a technique related to the machine learning and to LLM to create stuff. I have a complete demo, but there is no time to try that. At the end, when we talk about RAG, we talk about the interception, about the input from the user, the LLM, and the external data. And you can use this kind of technique to collect data from your platform, like the logs, like the information about the infrastructure and other stuff. And you can use a plugin to ask to a chatbot, for example, my infrastructure was good, or there is a problem, you can find in the logs any kind of problem and so on. And this can be a new way to create a new type of interaction for the developer. Using the normal language, it's fine, and I think it's can be a good improvement. There is two plugins you can find inside the Mia platform Git repository, the RAG template and the AI RAG chat, and you can serve to this plugin your log and your information, and after that use LLM to ask information about the logs and so on. Okay, that's it. I think it's super strict for question. There is no time, but I want to have a photo with you because for me it's super important. I will publish it on LinkedIn, and if you want, there is a QR code where you can leave a feedback directly for me. Sorry, my English maybe is not perfect, but I tried to do my best for you. Thank you.
We have a really good time with the lunch, so if someone have any questions, feel free to contact Mitch directly. There will be lunch up in the third floor, but also in Grøndal, which is right the room next door. The salads it's for the people who have ordered them because of allergies or they're vegetarians, so please don't take those.